interwebs. Let me find you somewhere to sit. I need to find a place to put you so I can talk to you. Let my dulcet tones amuse you until then. All right, where are you? Here we go. How's that? That's not bad. See? Tape. It's good for everything. My God, it's miserable. It is, the sun is only just breaking out now, and it's already like some crazy, wow, that is some hair. Huh? Look at that. Jesus. Oh, my God. Okay, well, like I say, it's you get me as I am. And I am, man, am I sweaty today. Burn and Learn. This is my Burn and Learn. This is my bid to stay alive and fit long enough to raise my amazing son, Sebastian, although that's basically done. He's done it himself. Enjoy my golden years with my fabulous wife, Jane, and our wretched dog, Huzzah, who I right now just can't stand. Jonathan Leeton Hoggett, how are you? Early this afternoon. Yes, Jane went and swam. She went to swim. I won't swim in public pools because I don't like them. There's too many. The whole germ issue is something. It's like a human porridge. I can't do it, Jonathan. I just can't do it. Mandy, good morning to you. Good afternoon. So anyway, so she went swimming, and I felt guilty, so I thought I better exercise, so I did. Jim the Evo, how the hell are you, my friend? It has been far too long. I should do a Jim the Evo checkup because I have not chatted you forever, and I miss ya. Arcane, top of the morning to you. Ah, very good, Arcane. Great series, by the way, on Netflix. If you haven't seen the animated series Arcane, I highly recommend it. Just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And you don't have to be into League of Legends to love it. Rico Du Senin says, Dave. Morning to you. Pika, Eternal, the Blurty Dad. Oh my God, I got everyone in here. Freelance Noob. My God, I guess I should be doing these in the morning, huh? Danny RRBB, hey there to you. Hello from rainy Dorset. Well, we've got a humidex of 38 today. So I don't know what that means. In American, that would be learn the metric system. It's, it is bearable in here because of my garbage pick. I'll tell you the best thing I ever did. I'm going to take you on a little trip here. Best thing I ever did was dig this baby up. This little sucker. I just put it in the window. I bought a way better what's it called? I got a way better little pipe for it here, or tubing for it. Look at this sexy black stuff, huh? Look at that. So I'm 3D printing a piece to stick to the back of it that will allow me to get it a little further away from the wall. One of the many, it has a million issues. It was a garbage find. Like I found it in the garbage. I pulled it out. The only issue that really I think it stopped it working for most people was the fact that it the plug had it sort of pulled the plug out of out of the base and it desoldered. So well, not desoldered, actually torn. But so I just cut it off and resoldered it on, and it's been working great. No, I didn't solder it. Did I solder it? I think I might have screwed it down. It may have been as simple as screwing it down. Anyways, don't make it sound too complicated. Anyways, got it working. So free AC, other than, of course, the immense power drain that it is. I know it's an immense power drain because every time I tried to vacuum up all the dust from my little carpentry adventures, I blow the fuse. So I have one 15-amp fuse in here, which is just ridiculous. I don't know why he didn't put in a bigger one when he did it, but maybe I just didn't ask him. So I've got to take apart this little board that they've put in for us that also has a full 240 volt as well, which is kind of fun. For you people in England, you're like, yeah, whatever. We have 240 all the time, but we don't. So we're very excited about it. So I have an outlet for that, but then I've just got this one little 15-amp that runs the garage door, that runs all my computers, so you can tell how it's like on the edge. Even with the AC, it's on the edge. So I've got to get in there. Maybe I'll wait till I'm not quite so sweaty, and maybe I won't stand in a puddle. That kind of stuff. Actually, what's nice about this is I can actually completely disconnect it in the house, so it's totally dead, and then I can work on it. In fact, I should do that in the light, shouldn't I? Because if I don't have light, yes. So I want to have a look at it and just see if there's a way. I know there is a way to add a couple of extra circuits. Just the question is what parts I need to do that. I have a bunch of old. I keep everything because I'm like I'm a hoarding nerd as well, like geek trash I call it. So I've got a whole bunch of these old breakers that I can plug in there. Anyways, this is a Burn and Learn. What am I doing? My God, Nixie, hello. Dan Watt, Jessica, Saz, what the heck? Nice to see you at an earlier time. Had missed some of your recent streams. Yeah, I think here's the deal. Dual hose is best, means no negative pressure, but free is great. Yeah, that's it, damn well. Like if I was buying one, look, right now we're not buying anything. I mean, we are. It's the industry has changed dramatically since the strike. I would say, certainly for me. Maybe it's. I mean, I guess they're still looking for young, sexy kids out there. I guess, and there's some great opportunities there. I don't mean to put anyone off the industry, but I'll tell you, up here, it has got like it's like nickel and dimes. Like it's really got quite. It's got quite cheap. I used to do a few episodes of a show, and that would do me for 4 to 6 months. And now you do 4 or 5 shows, and it's maybe a month. So, again, the roles are different. I used to play, when I was a young kid, I used to play more of the lead stuff. Now I tend to play more of the grumpy old man stuff. So I get it. It's this realization that you're at a different phase in your life and you got to figure out some other stuff. And I'm kind of excited, I got to say, because I've always been saying I'm going to quit acting and do something geeky. I've been saying that since I started acting. So I'm looking for all sorts of geeky things that I could be doing and talking to friends about it, all that kind of stuff. So I do find it a little exciting, and it's good to have that push. So anyways, one of the things I've been doing is actually learning this Unreal Engine stuff, which I just love. I've been seeing some really fun stuff out there, and I kept meaning to get to it. Oh, I didn't have the right computer, I didn't have this and that. Anyways, stopped making excuses, started watching tutorials, and I'm just loving it. So the ones I'm watching right now, again, I've named him before, but I will name him again. His name is Jim Dublace, or Jim Dublace, and he's great. He's just great. He's teaching the full blueprints. Basically nothing. It's literally game development basics. And it's a great course. I recommend it to everyone. Like I say, I'm in like week 3 of it. It's free. It's just on YouTube. It's extraordinary. And I just feel like I'm getting a real nuts and bolts approach to this stuff. Right now we're getting into. He started doing some sort of sample game stuff, and one of the sample games he's doing is like a horror house type thing. So basically what I'm doing is I will watch the tutorials. I get quite far ahead on the tutorials, but I like to get sort of it's in my head, like it's percolating in my head. There's a few things that, I get a rough understanding of how things work. And then I go and I sit down with the computer and I actually do the coding stuff. So right now I'm working on this tower defense, and I just imported a very beautiful Atlantis model. Because I thought, tower defense, why don't we just make a little Stargate tower defense thing? And then the horror house I thought would be kind of fun. I'll just do it like a wraith ship. Like you're walking through a wraith ship or something like that. So anyways, again, these are not real games. These are just little projects to experiment. And I don't know why, but I like, the geek in me likes to add my own little flair. So I thought that'd be kind of fun. This time he's playing Ronan Dex. What's this? What's going on? One day your son will inherit your box of assorted adapters and cables with use only in the abstract, and the tradition will have to be passed down. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's funny how I've definitely become more like my father in many ways. Probably more like my grandfather, actually. My father's a little bit more organized. My grandfather was just a little more chaotic and a little more. I mean, again, he was also older, so maybe that's the thing. Maybe the Hewletts just get older and more eccentric in our collecting of things. And hey, did I show you this? Check it out. I got it. I did it. Organic Intelligence, my friends. I did the Organic Intelligence t-shirts, which are kind of fun. I've got a bunch of different versions. I've got one that's like a little tiny logo on the corner, and then it just says Organic Intelligence on the back. I've got one with a giant logo on the front and Organic Intelligence on the back. And they're kind of fun. So if you want to, go to techbandits.org, go to the shop, pick up a couple of t-shirts, and maybe it'll help pay for patching my roof. That'd be great. So yeah, definitely go do that. Techbandits.org, there's a shop there, and you can find it all there. Anyway, sorry, that's my Jesus out of the way. Burn and learn. So learning right now, as I said, we've started on this haunted house thing. What he's taught is a bunch of the landscaping stuff, like how you create a project. You lay down this sort of landscape, which is basically just a grid, which you can then elevate and flatten, and so all those, been through a bunch of those tools, how to mix together different materials, like you can have a grass and a rock and a gravel, and then you use those to basically paint. It's really, I mean, not basically, it really is. You're painting onto this landscape whatever you want, and it's pretty amazing what can be accomplished with it. A friend of mine, Aaron, has just been doing a bunch of stuff in this, and it's beautiful. And as I say, Winbush is another great one to have a look at. Well, he's on School of Motion. Another little bit of news, which I think you guys might find fun. I had a visit yesterday. We had curry, and we had some chips and dips and stuff, and we hung out with the fabulous Rachel Luttrell and her amazing kids. It was so freaking nice to see her. She's up here just like hanging out, looking around for some stuff, and it was just so absolutely lovely to catch up with her. And I didn't know what she was doing. I mean, I knew she'd grown up here. I didn't realize she'd grown up in such a tough neighborhood. Like, she grew up in a tough neighborhood in Toronto, man. That's why she kicks ass. But she's also doing some teaching kids. She's teaching kids how to act, which I just think is amazing. So she's doing like one-on-one sessions with kids, and she would know, like, her kid is in all these, like, she's in these like giant Netflix shows, and like, you know, is auditioning for all these huge gigs. Like, Rachel knows her stuff. So I don't know if anyone's got a kid who wants to get into acting, I definitely recommend you look her up, because get a one-on-one session with Rachel, who's been acting since she was like a kid, now has kids, has worked with like a million, she's worked with me, I'm a child. You know, I just think that would just be you get some great insights into the industry and how to act and how she does her stuff. She also does music and stuff. Like, she's just like, anyways, I was so happy to hear that she was doing that, because I just thought, you know, that was kind of cool that she sort of got that together. She's got her own little company and stuff. Like, it's just, I'm so freaking happy for her. Anyways, you know, and her kids are just absolutely adorable. Like, just, adorable is the wrong word. I mean, you know, Caden's like a cool young kid, you know, a cool teenager. You know, it's just, you know, who I think I might have got interested in. I might have got a little 3D printing stuff in there. We'll see. We were bonding over Fury Road, because we both love Fury Road, and I was saying, I gotta 3D print that Furiosa steering wheel. Would just be, oh my god! Can you imagine that? Just sitting on the front door of the Canadian garage here, you know, with the roof the roof falling in behind it. It's amazing. I don't need to make a horror game. We could just do it in here. Anyways, so it's just really fun to talk to her and catch up with her, and it's just so funny. Like, you know, you're on set doing the show, and so your world becomes sort of a big part of it becomes about that. And hanging out before we had kids and stuff, it was fun. It was, you know, it was chatty, and always really enjoyed hanging out with Rachel. But, you know, it's just so funny to talk now, like to sit down in like a grown up living room and have a chat about her business stuff. And it's just amazing. I've got to find her. I'll find see if I can find if anyone's got it. Does anyone have a URL for her? Because you should definitely check it out. I'm just incredibly impressed with her, with what she's accomplished, and she's got like 2 kids. She's living in Atlanta. I mean, she's serious, man. She's amazing. Anyways, very impressed with her. I was reminded about how much I love Rachel. There you go. How's that? Jessica, how did you have your MRI yet? Have a Gould someone around in there? You know, get this. So I had my MRI. I've actually been playing with it to try to throw it. I've turned it into a 3D image. And I want to clean it up. I don't know if there's a way to sort of take out all that weird, ugly face stuff, and then just have the brain, because I think that'd be a really fun asset in like in a game, or just a 3D print and say, like, here's my brain over there, you know. But of course the issue here is, you know, we've got public health care. You know, it's a take a number kind of thing, and so it takes a really long time to get it looked at. So I've got the MRI. That's not the problem. The problem is not getting into these machines. They're running them like 24 hours, 7 days a week. You know, mine was like 8:40 on a Thursday type thing. And so that's not the problem. The problem is finding people who can look at them and say, oh, hey, that's a Gould, you should get that looked at, or whatever. So luckily, the headaches have been pretty good of late. Like, you know, yeah. Not I haven't had the really bad ice picks that much. I've had a couple little ice picks, but not too bad. And my hope is that everything's fine, and I just get a 3D model of my brain out of it. So now I want to get like a full body MRI. Got to figure out how to do a show where they'll let me do things like that and pay for it for me. It's funny. I was talking to a guy about upgrade required the other day, and he was very excited and had some ideas and stuff. So who knows? Maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. I was also talking to another friend about maybe like some kind of a tech bandits thing as well. So I don't know. I got to do something because I'm not good at sitting around doing nothing. I'm very good at doing nothing, but I'm very good at filling my time doing nothing. But so I've got to figure out I got to figure out like another way. I got a pivot. I need a pivot of some sort. Some kind of way of like earning a bit of money to take the pressure off things and also to have some fun. I just like it's just waiting for auditions to come in. God, it's always driven me crazy. Anyways, Luke Mountain, hello. First time I've ever caught you live, but honestly say my childhood was made by Stargate and rewatching helped me get through COVID. Oh, fantastic. And Rodney's my all-time favorite. Thank you for the laughs. Oh my God, Luke Mountain, you're welcome. I don't always look like this. Now I feel like I'm making excuses. Yeah, I always look like this is the reality. This is my little present to myself for having exercised. So I did 40 minutes. Actually 40 minutes on the torture device, on the elliptical machine, and then while I was doing that, I like to learn something, so I was learning this Unreal Engine stuff. I've got to say, the landscape paint mode that they have in sculpting is really, I mean, it kind of blows me away. I'm really looking forward to seeing if there's a way of using it in film. Like, I know people are using it in film. I was talking to a guy who was shooting the Hallmark thing I did, and he was saying that he'd done this low budget movie and they had a car crash in it, and the car crash was all done in Unreal Engine. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So I'm very eager to see if there's some ways. Like Jane has a project that's set on the coast, and there's an iceberg and stuff involved, and I thought, I wonder if we could like even just make like a little cinematic trailer for it or something for her, because I think there's so much potential in this software. Like, it could do so many things, and I'm really beginning to enjoy this node-based programming. So instead of writing code, you have these nodes, and the node is just basically a chunk of code, but it's represented in a visual way with a bunch of inputs and outputs and stuff, and you just drag them into other nodes, and then you can create your own nodes out of other nodes, or you can, if you want to really get into the nuts and bolts, you can actually get in there and do the coding itself. I think they use, is it C++? I think they use for the engine itself. So you can get right in there if you want to, but certainly for someone like me, it's just a wonderful way in. I've said this before, but I feel like it's the Chilton Guide way into the world of Unreal Engine. So highly recommend that. I was actually recommending it to Caden the other day, Rachel's kid, because I thought he'd get a kick out of that as well. But anyways, Luke, thank you very much. Glad you're watching it. Glad that you could watch me through miserable COVID, and that you got a few laughs out of it. A pleasure. Randy the Magic Man, how are you, buddy? Message retracted. Oh, okay. Well, whatever it was, I'm sure it was amazing. The LCBO is on strike. I know my wife was like, okay, with military precision, she had me like in the LCBO. She was like, meet me at the LCBO with the little granny cart. And we took the little granny cart in, and she's like, two of those. When she stocked up. So I think we're fine. Although we did buy some of these ciders. So I've lifted the ban on the alcohol for a bit. And we got these ciders. Oh my God, I got through them very quickly. They were very, very good. Cider is possibly one of my favorite drinks now. Like a good, not sweet. I like the almost beer-like ciders. If they had an apple beer, what if they have an apple beer? If they don't have an apple beer, they should totally have an apple beer. That'd be amazing. Anyways, okay, what else we got? I know this. You can't fight fight against gravity. Gravity always wins in the end. Red Star, it's true. It's good to see you, Mr. Hewlett. Janelle Craner, how the hell are you? It's good to see you too. Most serious game designers and developers, especially in the board game arena, do so as an avocation rather than as their job, as a vocation. Yeah. I mean, that's acting as well, right? I mean, it's a big part of acting. I'm very lucky in that I've always earned a living acting. I mean, I think, and like I said, I mean, I think I can, I can weather through. I've weathered through bad patches before. This just feels a little different. Like, I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it. I think it's also partially my own feeling about stuff as well. Like, I watch a lot of horror movies, and I love horror movies, but I don't like I don't like the torture porn stuff. I don't like the stuff that that's just people being made miserable or tortured and stuff. I'm a I'm a bit squeamish about that stuff. Like horror's got to have a story. It can't just be about people getting hurt. That's not fun to me. So and I feel like I'm definitely getting pickier with stuff. Like auditions come in and I'm like, I just don't. So I have to blame myself to some extent for slowing things down a bit, because I don't go in for everything that maybe I should. But there's some stuff I just feel like, as a dad, I don't want to be murdering little children or there's just some roles I just feel like I've done, and I don't want to do them again. So anyways, that said, a lot of it comes down to also just how well it's done. I mean, if it's a really good film and it makes sense in the script, and you've got to have bad guys, I totally get that. That I'm all for it. But some of the stuff just feels a bit exploitational, and yeah. So I think that's a bit. That sounds lovely. Do you stay in touch with Paul? I haven't seen Paul for ages. Paul's way out on the West Coast, right? Oh my God, Rachel is the nicest. She really is. She's just absolutely sweet. She's also really tough, though. Like, I mean, that's the other thing about her that I think we forget, because she's so nice and she's so soft spoken, but man, she is one tough person, that's for sure. It's good to see Mr. Hewlett. Yes. Thank you, Janelle. Mandy Buckman says, "Oh, that sounds great." Rachel just exudes positive energy. It's a really good way of putting it, Blurty Dad. She does. She really does. Yeah, and it was just really, God, it was just really nice. And also she doesn't age. I said to her, like, maybe you could like do a little of the aging for us. That would be nice, as opposed to making us all look so freaking old. Mr. Cube Man. ABS Solution. AB Solution. Yes, Cube. Oh my God. Yeah, Cube. It's funny. I was recently in the Cube, in that I brought in a cube into this Unreal Engine, and the material I put on it was a cube interior image that I'd found, and I was playing with that because that'd be kind of fun. It'd be kind of fun to play with the cube stuff. It's such a simple concept. It seemed like a fun thing to do in Unreal, and I know the guys who made it, so I don't think I'd get in too much trouble. Finally caught me live, Graham Stace. Aren't you lucky you got me in the real sweaty, personal, live mode? Yeah, it ain't pretty. Although my wife did say that the t-shirt looks better sweaty. I was like, what? Really? She's like, yeah. Just for some reason, it's like it. I don't know. It hangs better or something when it's sweaty. So there you go. So buy the t-shirt, get sweaty, get fit, and buy a t-shirt. I know a perfect role for you. Go for a role that is short, maybe near or after credits, where it's a prelude, something disastrous about to happen that opens it up for a sequel. Exactly, Graham. That's a good one. That was a great part, actually. Have you worked with Johnny Depp? I've not. Jane did interview him, though. Jane interviewed him for E! Television, the E! Network, when she was working down in the States. And I feel like he was shooting Cabinet of whatever it was. He came up and shot that in the Bridge Studios at some point. He had a few days shooting there, and I know that Jason was hanging out, hoping to meet him as well. So my wife has good taste. It's true, very true. Unbent Crayfish says my wife has good taste. She does. You think she would have done better? I'm sorry I can't stay. I'm supposed to be working. Just let you know, got a new chainmail weave, so try. Oh, wow. Oh, fantastic. Mandy, you're the best. Mandy makes some amazing chainmail jewelry stuff. Mandy, you should... I should look up Mandy's info and get that out to people, because there's some just amazing stuff. I don't know if she's actually selling it or not, but yeah, Mandy, she's been lovely. She keeps sending me these wonderful little bracelets and stuff. So thanks for the live, David. Keep me sane listening to you talk, and I'm not even joking. Stefan, wait a second. I'm keeping someone sane? That is you were in a bad place, my friend. I hope you're all right. It is definitely dark times. It's funny, isn't it? I mean, what is that old threat that you live in interesting times? And I think we definitely live in interesting times, but hopefully out of interesting times we will have interesting solutions as well. I was just at the Shan Mountain Base a couple of weeks ago. Wow. They wouldn't let me see the Stargate, though. Yeah, they tend not to, Eric. Yeah, sorry. It's just for just for us Stargaters. I've never been there, right? I'd love to be there. All right. All workouts done. How is your torture coming along? It's okay. Like I had a number of days off. I don't know what it was. I just get bad. Sometimes I think I procrastinate on it and then I just don't get it done. I've always fought with exercise, and that's why I do these. I mean, it's kind of because after a few days, you start going like, oh my God, people are going to really notice that I'm not exercising. And then Lovely Jane is so good at setting an example because she goes off and, as soon as Baz is off to work, she's gone to the pool to swim. So I thought, well, I don't want her coming back and I'm still sitting in the same chair in the lounge with a different cup of tea. Speaking of tea, I've got coffee. Oh, get this! I've got coffee in my. Can you see it? That's the other side. In my Levels mug. This is our producer's wife made these for all of the cast, and they are the most beautiful cups. I don't know if she sells stuff, but this is Levels. This is a movie. It's not out yet. I don't think there's even a trailer yet. There's a trailer for people buying it, but yeah, which should be really fun, sci-fi, and oh my God, Aaron Abrams as the bad guy. Oh my, Cara Gee as the lead, and Peter Mooney. Oh my God! But honestly, in the trailer I saw, Aaron Abrams. Oh my God! What a fantastic villain! So much fun. All right. Anyways, what else we got? Good morning, David and everyone. Shalom from Olympia, Washington State. Well, shalom back to you too. Olympia, Washington State. We lived in Washington State in Point Roberts. I always liked Washington State. There were definitely some weird spots. Some weird, some weird, creepy parts of Washington State. But there were also just, my God, it's such a gorgeous place. Absolutely gorgeous. I missed my Point Roberts, I must say. Who on YouTube do you follow again for Unreal? Definitely check out. So this guy, if you want the blueprints to, oh my God. So my son's gone through and put new images on my iPad for all. That is our mutt. There you go. That's our mutt. And then every time it opens up, it's a new shot of the mutt. Because I keep complaining about the mutt, right? All right, let me get in here. I'll tell you who it was. So the guy's name is Jim Dublace. So JimDublace. He's great. Also, I would check out if you want to just sort of a nice starting point. There's Unreal Sensei, another one that I would definitely check out. He's got I don't know, it's like a couple of hours, and it just goes through everything a little bit. And then there's Winbush is great. He also has lots of little short ones, and also he's got a 5-day introduction, which was pretty great. Also, he's just so much fun to watch. Like he's just he's almost a performer in his love of this stuff, and the lessons are great. Have you chatted anything with Joe Flanagan? I hope he's doing well. So do I. I haven't seen Joe since Basingstoke. I mean, that's what I love about these events is that I get to go and see everybody. And Basingstoke was such a treat. I mean, I know it was a bit of a flustercluck from an organization standpoint, but it was so lovely to get to see, everyone from Mitch to Rainbow to, I hung out with Rainbow, and it was absolutely, it was just lovely to do. I haven't done that for like so freaking long. I mean, we saw Jason a bit. Like seeing Jason again. What a treat is that? I mean, who gets to do that nowadays? I mean, it's fantastic. I did. Yeah, we had dinner with Flanagan. It was just lovely listening to him talk about driving a motorcycle through New Zealand. I mean, the guy's mad. He's absolutely mad. Him and Momo are fucking hilarious. Opal Mist. I was involved in making a chainmail shirt. Ooh, so many springs made. So many strange looks on the train. Yes, I'm sure, Opal Mist. That's pretty cool that you can do that. Indeed. Hello, Upsilon. Hello to you. Tanner 3D, Mr. Hewlett, good sir. Good to see you. Hope you are well. Yeah, not bad. I mean, I could be fitter. I feel like my legs shouldn't ache so much. I've got to get into it. I want to get into the swing of this so that it doesn't have to hurt so much all the time. Hurt's the wrong word. It feels like such a huge effort. Is it always going to be a huge effort? When is it going to become a habit? When does that happen? What a cool mug. I know the colors are beautiful, aren't they? It really is. It's just, she's done an absolutely extraordinary job on it. And she does all these herself from scratch. They're amazing. But more importantly, inside is a big mug of caffeine. A little ZPM of power. When I was in the Air Force, they came out with the new OCP uniform. Didn't really regulate the patches, so I wore a huge one that was USS Daedalus Class Second. Oh, that's freaking great. A lot of stairs. That's good. Do I salute? I don't know. Cute dog. Yeah, apparently. Have you done any crazy node stuff in Unreal? It's too advanced for me, LOL. I know the basic texture stuff. I haven't done much of crazy node stuff. I mean, there are a few... one of the things he goes into is actually creating your own nodes, so you can actually put your own code together inside the nodes, and that was kind of eye-opening to me. I thought that was fascinating. We're now into character animation stuff, so basically for the haunted house we created like a spring arm, but so basically you've got your character, which you import this character. We learned all about that as well. Amazing stuff. I mean, Mixamo, whatever it's called, the Adobe site, where you can get all these movements and stuff. So you import these characters, you can put what they call a spring arm on it. So basically it's like your character is wearing a stick that sticks out of their back, and you can put a camera on it and decide where that's going to sit, so you can just see the character moving and stuff. Because this is a first-person horror, so that's the sort of the setup that we've been working on, and it's just really fun. I mean, lighting as well. Oh my God, yeah, lots of lighting stuff. Because of course, lighting is such a big part of the of getting the mood of like a haunted house stuff. So that's been I could lose myself in this world, because you're basically building sets, making monsters, putting in sound's another thing we talked about as well. You know, how to spawn these sounds, and you can have spawn the sounds in different locations and stuff. It's just, man, I like talk about a virtual world. I mean, I mean, I could live in this. It's extraordinary. I mean, yeah, really enjoying it. All right, state of Washington, British Columbia of the USA. Yeah, that's very true. That's pretty close. Yeah. The beautiful Mutt Princess. That's a nose that needs to be booped, I'll say. Boop away. If you had a chance to take action ZPM prop, would you take? Also, I recently noticed the Stargate network got canceled from Amazon. The Stargate network got canceled from Amazon. Well, so Stargate's no longer on Amazon? What does that mean? What's up with that? Props. Oh my God, the props were beautiful. Yeah, oh my God, I should have taken a Stargate. Stargate. I should have taken a Stargate. It's true. I should have taken a Stargate. I would have loved to have had a ZPM. I think it'd be really fun to have a ZPM. Yeah, I also loved the lighting sconces. I stole a couple of lighting sconces, but they were from when they shut down Universe. The lighting stuff was beautiful as well. Yeah, that was a lot of that stuff. So no pain, no gains. Yeah, all right, unbent crayfish. Fine. Stupid exercise. Business was amazing for me. I got my dream photo with you and Paul. Oh, Mandy, I'm so happy. I'm sure I looked fabulous. Nocturne. Events are the reason I would wish I could go and live in the U.S. I would go to all the Stargate stuff if I could. Nocturne. Where are you though? Like, are there not like Stargate events near you or around you? I'm 3D printing some prop for a local festival, hence the ABS in the name. That's what it is. Acrylonitrile butadiene styrene plastic. ABS, I haven't worked with ABS because, I have. I did a little bit of 3D printing with it. It was so stinky and so temperamental. I feel like, you know what, I might try it now that I've been lent this Carbon X1, and it's got a system around it. So I might try some with that. It might be a good choice for the connector for my AC actually. That's another thing that's really fun, I've got to say. I wanted to do the design. I mean, it's such a simple design. It's a couple of flat cylinders and a hole basically. And I went to do it in Blender because I thought, I'll up my Blender skills while I'm building AC for my garage. I just found it too complicated, and so I went back to Fusion 360, which Fusion 60 is a beautiful system for modeling. Like, it's intuitive. I've done a lot of tutorials on those as well, to be fair, and Blender. I love Blender. I would like to do everything in Blender and then bring it into Unreal. But I'm beginning to realize there's just some tools are better for different things. And Fusion 360 is just great for building little widgets that you need for your AC. So, and much more complicated stuff, obviously, as well. All right, I better run. Father Time is undefeated, my friend. At 47 things hurt I didn't know I had. But every day they're not throwing dirt on us is a good one. That's true. Yeah, good point. Yeah, well done. Well put, Tanner 3D. Jessica, love my Using Power ZPM mug. Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's great. Oh, good. This is this silly mug. So I've got a mug that's all black, and then if you put hot coffee in it, it goes white, and you can see the ZPM and stuff. So you should. That's another thing. If you want to go check out the store, you should definitely do that. Techbandits.org. God, I feel like this is the TV shopping channel. I'm sorry, but you know what? I'd be an idiot not to. So I'm going to tell you about it. So there you go. Jason Momoa is now doing commercials for T-Mobile. I saw that, as though he needs the money. Yeah, he should just give the money to me, William Arends. That's or I'll do the ad. I was kind of jealous because he did it with the guys from Scrubs, and I loved Scrubs. Absolutely loved Scrubs. What programming language are you using? Arcane. So it's it's not really a programming language. It's this Unreal Engine, which has its own blueprint. So I'm using Blueprint, not C++ or C or whatever it is that they have. So yeah, the Blueprint is the visual programming language that they're using for Unreal, and the one that I've chosen to go with. Aside from that, Python is my favorite. Absolutely love Python. Love Python. I'm using that with ChatGPT to explain stuff to me, and it's amazing. I've had to jump back into RStudio a bit because I really want to finish. I've got this Google Analytics course, and all I have to do is the capstone project. I just have to do that last project. But because they said, like, oh, pick something that, if you want, pick something you're interested in. And a year goes by as I go back and waffle between a million different options. I've finally gone back and said, you know what, I'm just going to use the data they've given me, and I'll just have to do it that way. It may not be as exciting, but at least I'll get it done. So that's my, Ryan Gosling reel. Pull up, little bro. Oil it up, and I'll send a sub. Thank you very much, Ryan Gosling reel. Wouldn't that be fun? What program language are you using? Done that. You should get out Megascan. Oh, Megascans are amazing. Great way for free photorealistic models with Unreal. Help me to understand environment artist stuff. Yeah, the one of the things he talks about, iNocturne, is the Megascans as well, and where to import all this stuff from. I mean, I can't get over the amount of content and tools and assets that are just free. I mean, like, I guess they just want everyone using their software. But my only fear is that I feel like a lot of stuff is beginning to look the same because of that. They're using assets that exist, and, why not? They're beautiful. But I'd like to see, I want to make, like with film and TV, well, the film and TV, perfect example. All the Marvel aliens start looking the same. All the aliens in other movies start looking the same. All the robots start looking the same. You're like, wait a second. And of course, the reality is that, if you can have assets that are just available for you, why not use them? So, but I really want to get some 3D modeling skills for myself in there, because I feel like it would be really fun to be able to create your own stuff. I mean, there's this wonderful guy I follow. I think I'm like a Patreon for him. Why can't I not remember his name? Does anyone remember him? 3D guy, does these beautiful models all the time. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up because it's driving me crazy. This is terrible. This is what happens when you get old. You go all Biden on people. That's a terrible joke. It's a terrible joke. I shouldn't say that. But you get a choice between a liar and a grandpa. Anyways, whatever. Okay, so let's go to my little Patreon thing. Let me see who it is. It's Wexter. It's Wexter, isn't it? Wexter? Did I get it right? Is it Wexter? Wexter, are you Wexter? Are you Wexter? Boy, it's really slow. What internet am I on? Oh, I'm on a loser internet. Okay, yes, it is Wexter. Wexter does the most extraordinary stuff. Like, I mean, the models he does are exceptional. Also, because he did one of me. Where is it? No, it's such a mess in here. I don't know where it is. He did a little one of me as well on the Stargate and stuff. So Wexter, definitely check him out. He's fantastic. I can't believe I forgot his name. I knew there's a W. I just couldn't remember what it was. When can we expect levels? Casually Sandra, I don't know. I do not know. I don't think they've sold it yet. I don't think it's got a distributor yet, or it has Canadian distribution, but not other ones. I don't know. All right, I need to wrap up. Have you heard of Meshtastic? Yes, I know. I know, it's amazing. Freelance Noob, Meshtastic is insane. It's got so much stuff. I hope game engines can eventually simulate sound rather than relying on audio clips. Can they not do that yet, Dan Watt? That's interesting. Simulate sound. I mean, surely with the AI stuff, they'd be able to do that. I was playing with some AI music. Actually, Gimpy G sent me to a site that had, oh man, it's like so cool. I heard a rumor, and I don't know if this is true or not, that a large number of new Spotify songs are AI created by Spotify so that they don't have to pay residuals, or the residuals go back to them, which I thought was really interesting. I'm curious to know if that's true or not. I'm in Sweden, so it's pretty dull when it comes to events. Oh my God, but you're in Sweden, iNocturne. Well, let's start an event. Start an event, I'll come. I'm happy to. I would love to come to Sweden. Sweden is on my list for sure. I'd love to go out there. Also Norway. I'd love to go to Norway too. I'm not sure most people would be brave enough to just steal all the props from working on shows. Yeah, it's true. I didn't really steal them. I asked for permission, but ABS is the better, less smelly. Oh, ASA is a better, less smelly ABS. Oh, interesting. I just use PLA. That's all I ever use. David, would you go on the Decon Chamber podcast by Connor Trenier and Dom? Yeah, why not? Connor's a lovely guy. You did geometry nodes in Blender. You did love geometry nodes in Blender. Yeah, it's true. Blender is still my jam. Oh, that's the one you're using, Tanner? Blender has a few CAD plugins, but FreeCAD is getting a lot better. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, get what games? Good to see you. Blender. So, are you using Blender for 3D design, like 3D printing stuff, Tanner? Nixie, we will quite happily let you pimp your merch. It's all fine. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, Nixie, it's so funny. I just feel weird about it. I always feel weird about that stuff. It's like. But it's not like I'm not making you do it. So there you go. Putting it out there, letting you know about it. If you want to buy them, great. If you don't worry about it. I'm not going to hold anyone against you. Anyways, whatever. Yeah, see, I'm just babbling. Okay, couldn't agree more regarding the smell. The first thing I printed stuff was quite nauseating, but eventually I hardly noticed it anymore. On the flip side, though, mechanical strength is astonishing. Okay, all right, that's good. Look, I can do it in the garage, too. That's the beauty of having it all out here. I can vent it, through one of the holes in the roof. All right, I've got to run. Wow, from Uruguay. Wow, welcome. GNC 2001. Wow, I've never been to Uruguay. That's welcome. Stargate Network sadly didn't have a license for making Stargate game. I know. It was a fan game, Upsilon. I was so angry. I started tweeting some angry stuff at MGM about it, and they were really sweet. Stargate Network, they sort of said, like, look, we don't want to piss them off. We just like to work with them. We just like people to see what we're doing. MGM sucks at fans and sucks at merchandise. Now maybe they've changed, or maybe they're changing. Maybe it'll be different now that Amazon's involved. But my God, I feel like they totally dropped the ball on Stargate merch, and they just crush their fans. Like, these guys go to this meticulous. I don't even start me. They go to this crazy, intricate level research and designing of these cities and of these SG1 corridors and labs and stuff, and then they just get chewed up and spat out by MGM. And I was like, why not? What? That's Stargate Network. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. Stargate Network was a better game than any of the games that MGM apparently licensed out. I mean, Stargate Network was, I mean, not as a game, but I mean, just as an experience, it's just beautiful. Maybe I'm missing some. I don't know. Everything else just looks a bit like a money grab. I don't know. I mean, I haven't tried the new sort of top-down tiling one. I've got to say, I do love Wyvern Gaming's RPG stuff. They're using Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's 5th edition, and they've created a system for that, which is based on episodes. So you play an episode, like you create your own episode of the show, basically. But again, I don't know how much that's being developed, or I just despair. I already have 3 shirts from your store. Oh my God, Casually Sandra, that's very sweet of you. Thank you very, very, very much. My point is your point is pointless. Oh my God, that's great. See, you guys are come up with the best ideas for this stuff. Thank you very much. That's Casually Sandra. That. I like it. I like it. I see that happening. Quando vuelve Stargate? God, quando? Somebody help me out. Can I translate it? Is there a way to? I can't. Can I translate this? Is there a way to translate it? I can't translate. I'm so sorry. Done everything. I pressed all the buttons. Oh my God, Tara! Thank you so much. I got a little happy little dancing fox doggy thing. Is it Tara or Tara or Tear? Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. You did not need to do that, but that's a very cute little fox. Is it farting hearts? That's what it looks like it's doing. Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. Christian from Northern Germany. How the hell are you, Chinoa? Good to see you. Oh yeah, I've heard people say people who shouldn't make games can make games now because it is easier. Yeah, that's it, Nocturne. I mean, this is the thing, is I think there's always a pushback when the tools get very simple. Like, the fact of the matter is, I would never have been able to design this stuff if I had to program it all in C. But as I get older, I realize that if you can make tools more intuitive, it makes sense. Because then anything that's getting in the way of what's in your head, there's always a disconnect between what's in your head and what ends up on the page or ends up on the screen or ends up, in the camera or whatever, whatever you're on the, whether it's or on the canvas, whatever you're doing. And I think whatever it's out there that can help make that bridge smaller, make that connection easier. I just think it's going to allow shitty artists to do shitty stuff in the same way that AI is going to let shitty writers write shitty stuff and do shitty art and all that kind of stuff. I mean, or do great art. Who knows? Could do amazing art. Who gives a crap? But the reality is, to me, the point of art and the point of acting always was not the end result. The point was doing it. So I still think there's still going to be a craftsman approach to all of this stuff. I don't think AI and these programming tools are going to replace that. What I love about Unreal is that I feel like there may be a way for me to tell stories that I couldn't tell otherwise. And that's really, anything that can help people tell stories, I don't think is a bad thing. That's all. There you go. I'll throw that out there. And I should run because I've been chatting for, good Lord, 46 minutes. Yeah, I got to go. What the hell? What do you people, don't you people have lives? Because God knows I don't. All right, I've been doing Unreal at the moment to make a VR experience. Oh, I can't do it. To help with stroke recovery. Ooh, that's smart. And Unreal's a lot easier to work with than Unity used to be. Unity's pretty, I got to say, I was impressed with Unity when it came out, but Unreal is, it's a whole other world. Old Gitwalk Games, that is a very noble thing to be doing. I find VR just vomit inducing. I can't use it. Can't use it at all. Peace out, Girl Scout. Same to you, Arcane. Peace out, Girl Scout. I like that. At work, you're helping me get through the day. Blurty Dad, you're welcome. Any way I can help you speed up that day. What else we got? I got late into 3D stuff because my town wasn't so big into the 3D world. Well, that's the beauty of the internet, isn't it? I mean, so we all live in one giant, big, nerdy world, don't we? They canceled SGC1, SGA, SGU, and SGN. Stargate must live forever. Don't let Stargate die. Upsilon, they canceled them, yes. But are they, who knows? They may reboot it. They don't, who knows what's going to happen, They said, when is Stargate coming back? Paranoid Badger. When is Stargate coming back? I don't know. And I don't know how. And I'm sure I'll be the last to know. Trust me, the people, all the producers and the writers want it back as well. I mean, they don't want it gone. But I think it's going to have to be in some different form at this point. Who knows? There'll be a fantastic, immersive Stargate world that we can. Oh my God, could you imagine that? That's what we need, like what is it, an Memorph or whatever it is, a massive multiplayer online role-playing game, something like that. I would love a Stargate world that I could just roam around in, like we do, in God, what's the big one? I can't believe that. I'm losing my brain. I give up on my brain. I give up. Words are hard. Memories are harder. Warcraft. Imagine like a Stargate version of World of Warcraft where you can play the characters and walk around. Like maybe it's time to stop just focusing on the TV stuff and start, seeing if there's other ways that it can come to, be brought back to life. I don't know. Anyways, who knows? There's always everyone's got ideas. The problem is not ideas. The problem is the rights to this stuff, I think. There was an old Stargate MMO. I know. I was so excited about that. I thought, yeah, Stargate, is it Stargate Worlds? Is that what it's called? I was so frustrated with that. I actually talked to the guys at MGM and I said, look, please, if you're making this game, get me into the beta. I will play McKay in the game. I'll go and play McKay for people in the game. It would just be so cool to have like this whole other world of stuff. To me, it would be like, you watch F1 and then the racers come into the virtual world and they race F1 in the virtual world. Imagine that for like for Stargate, where you can watch the show and then come and live in a World of Warcraft like world with Wraith and Naquita generators and ZPMs and all that kind of fun stuff. Anyways, all right, I gotta go. Be brave, be kind, be brilliant. I cannot wait to chat to you again. Although in between there will have to be more exercise, and thus the torture device. So have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Thank you very much. And again, if you do want to do t-shirts or anything like that, techbandits.org. Go to the shop, buy yourself something fun, and know that you're helping patch my roof. And maybe even, maybe do some Tech Bandit stuff too. I've been talking to the community center about that stuff as well. So I'm hoping to get in there again and do some escape room stuff for them. So all right, all the best. Talk to you soon. Cheerio and huzzah! Bye bye. Oh, what do I click? There. Bye. That's it. God, this thing makes me. Am I sure I want to stop streaming? I think so. I don't really want to stop, but okay. Yeah.